In today's lesson, we're going to be looking at stage 2 of learning to tell the time, and that's looking at telling the time to 5-minute intervals. There's a little starter here using your knowledge of number ones and subtracting from 60. That's going to be come in handy when you're looking at telling the time later on. So pause the film when you're ready and then check your answers. Okay, so today we're looking at telling the time to 5-minute intervals. And first of all, we're going to look at focusing on time past the hour and then time to the hour. Now, definitely telling the time past the hour is easier because we're just counting in 5-minute jumps. It gets a little bit more complicated when we move on to time to the hour. So this clock shows the hours in black, and then we've got the minutes going around the outside. Now, we know that each one of these little jumps is worth 1 minute. So each one of these bigger jumps is worth 5 minutes because there are 5 little jumps in between. So what we can do is count round in fives. 5 minutes past, 10 minutes past, 15 minutes past, 20 minutes past, 25 minutes past, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Can you see a pattern between the hours and the number of minutes? If we multiply the hour by 5, that tells us, or the hour number, it tells us how many minutes passed. So 1 times 5 is 5. 2 times 5 is 10. So each one of these is a multiple of 5. Each number on the clock then represents 5 minutes. So all we need is our 5 times table to be able to help us to count how many minutes past the hour we've gone round. Okay, so step 1. First thing I do is have a look at my hour hand. I can see here on this top one, the hour hand has gone past the 2. So I know that the last o'clock time would have been 2 o'clock. I now look at the longer hand, the minute hand. It's gone 1 jump round, it's pointing to the 1. We know that's 1 times 5, which is 5 minutes past 2 o'clock. So we can say 5 past 2. 5 minutes past 2. If we were writing it in digital time, we could say 2:05. If the digital time confuses you at the moment, don't worry about it. Just focus on being able to tell the time in words. Let's have a look at the next one. I can see the minute hand, or the hour hand rather. The hour hand's hiding behind the minute hand. So that tells me the hour hand has just gone past the 2. So the last o'clock time would have been 2 o'clock. So I now need to go up to the top and I'm going to count round in 5s. 5, 10. It's been 10 minutes since it was 2 o'clock. So we can say 10 minutes past 2. Or if I was writing in digital time, I'd say 2:10. Let's have a look at the next one. Look at my hour hand, the shorter hand. It's gone past the 2. So its last o'clock time would have been 2 o'clock. Here's my minute hand. I go up to the top, to the 12, and I count in 5s. 5, 10, 15. 15 minutes past 2. It's been 15 minutes since it was 2 o'clock. Now, we also know another way to say this time. We could say 2:15. Or we could write it in digital form, 2:15. Let's have a look at the one down here then. My hour hand's gone past the 2. It was 2 o'clock. How many minutes has it been since it was 2 o'clock? 5, 10, 15, 20. 20 minutes past 2. Each one of these clocks represents a 5-minute jump since it was 2 o'clock. 5 minutes past 2, 10 minutes past 2, 15 minutes past 2 or 2:15, 20 minutes past 2. So the next one, we count round, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes past 2. And finally my last one, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30 minutes past 2. But we don't really tend to say that. We tend to say 2:30. So if we're looking at times past the hour, all we have to do is count in 5-minute jumps. Let's have a go at reading some clocks then. Here's our first one. So top tip, the first thing you need to do is look at your hour hand. Now we can see that the hour hand has just gone past the 4. And let's now look at the minute hand. We always start at the 12 and we count round in 5-minute jumps. 5, 10. 10 minutes past 4. Or, so that's how we'd write it in words here, 10 past 4, 10 minutes past 4. Or we could write it in digital form, 0410. It means the same thing. Let's have a look at the next one. The hour hand has just gone past the 7, so the last o'clock time would have been 7 o'clock. Let's see how many minutes it's been since it was 7 o'clock. So we start at the top of the 12, 5, 10, 15, 20. 20 minutes since it was 7 o'clock. We could say 20 minutes past 7. Or if we're writing it in digital format, 7:20. Here's my next one. Look at the hour hand. It's just gone past the 11, so the last o'clock time would have been 11 o'clock. So we count round from the 12, how many minutes has it been since it was 11 o'clock? 5, 10, 15. We can say 15 minutes past 11, or we could say quarter past 11. It means the same thing. If we're writing it in digital format, we'd say 11:15 to show it's been at 15 minutes since it was 11 o'clock. And here's my last one. Look at the hour hand first, the shorthand. It's gone past the 9, so the last o'clock time was 9 o'clock. So we go up to the 12 and we count round in 5-minute jumps, and we've counted to 30. 30 minutes past 9, except we don't really tend to say that. We tend to say 9:30. But if we were writing in digital format, that's where the 30 comes in handy. We'd say 9:30, meaning 30 minutes since it was 9 o'clock. Right, you have a go at these, have a little look at them, and when you're ready, press pause, and when you're ready, press play again to see if you got it correct. My hour hand is on the 12, so the last o'clock time would have been 12 o'clock. How many minutes has it been since it was 12 o'clock? Start on the 12, count round in a 5-minute jump, 5. 5 minutes past 12. If you're writing in digital format, it would be 12:05. Here's my hour hand. It's just gone past the 7. Let's start at the 12 and count round to the minute hand. 5, 10, 15, 20. 20 minutes past 7. It's been 20 minutes since it was 7 o'clock, so we could write that in digital as 7:20. Look at my hour hand first. It's just gone past the 10, so it was 10 o'clock, the last o'clock time. Go up to the o'clock and count round. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. It's been 25 minutes since it was 10 o'clock, so we'd say 25 minutes past 10 or 10:25. Right, here are some for you to have a go at. So pause the film and then press play when you're ready to check your answers. I would suggest write the times down in words, and if you're feeling super confident, write them in words and have a go at the digital time. It is 20 minutes past 6 or 06:20. It is 5 minutes past 11 or 11:05. It is 8:30 or 8:30. It is 10 minutes past 10 or 10:10. It is 25 minutes past 4 or 04:25. It is 15 minutes past 9 or 9:15 or 9:15. You're now ready to look at the minutes to the hour. Now this is harder. It's a little bit trickier because we think of counting round in 5-minute jumps since it's been the last o'clock time. But when we're on this side of the clock, we're starting to think ahead to what will the next o'clock time be. So what we really need to do is think, here's the o'clock time. How many 5-minute jumps will it be until it is the next o'clock time? Always be thinking about, it's thinking ahead to the next o'clock time. Right, so look at your hour hand first. We can see that the last o'clock time was 2 o'clock and it's heading towards the 3. So the next o'clock time is going to be 3 o'clock. So what we do is we go up to the 12 and we count round in 5-minute jumps to see how many 5-minute jumps it is until it will be 3 o'clock. So here's my 0, 5, 10, 15. It is 15 minutes to 3 o'clock. Or we could say it is 2:45. Now here's the tricky part, and if it's confusing you, don't worry about it. If we were to write it in digital format always thinks about how many minutes it has been since it was the o'clock time. So the last o'clock time was 2 o'clock, and it will have gone 45 minutes round. If you count round in fives, you'll see we get 30, 45. It's been 45 minutes since it was 2 o'clock. So in digital format, we'd write it as 2:45. If that confuses you, don't worry about it. Just focus on being able to write the time in words and think about how many minutes it is until the next o'clock time. Right, here's our next one. The last o'clock time would have been 4 o'clock, and I can see my hour hand is moving towards the 5. So the next o'clock time will be 5 o'clock. How many minutes is it until we reach 5 o'clock? So we go up to the 12, we start at the top and we count round in 5-minute jumps. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. It is 25 minutes to 5 o'clock. That means in 25 minutes time, it will be 5 o'clock. So we'd write it 25 minutes to 5. Now the tricky part, if it was digital time, the last o'clock time would have been 4 o'clock. And since it was 4 o'clock, it's gone round 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. We'd write it as 4:35. Now, those of you that are good mathematicians will have spotted the number pattern. If we add our minutes together, 25 and 35, it's always got to add up to 60. Okay, here's our next one. The hour hand's gone past the 12, so the last o'clock time was 12 o'clock, so it's going to be 1 o'clock. How many minutes until it is 1 o'clock? 5, 10, 15, 20. It's 20 minutes to 1. Writing it in digital time, 12 o'clock was the last o'clock time, and it's been 40 minutes since it was 12 o'clock, so we'd write it 12:40. Okay, your turn to have a little go, so pause it and then check when you're ready. If you're not feeling very confident, then just do it with me. It's going to be 4 o'clock. Go to the top, count in 5-minute jumps to my minute hand, 5. It's 5 minutes to 4. It's going to be 9 o'clock. Go to the top, count in 5-minute jumps, 5, 10, 15, 20. It's 20 minutes to 9. It's going to be 3 o'clock. Go up to the top, count in 5-minute jumps, 5, 10. It's 10 minutes to 3 o'clock. Right, it's your chance to have a go. I'd like you to write with the time in words. If you're feeling super confident, then you can write the time in words and have a go at the digital time, and I'll tell you both answers. So pause the film when you're ready and then restart it to check your answers. It's going to be 5 o'clock. It's 10 minutes to 5, or we could say 4:50. It's going to be 1 o'clock. It's 5 minutes to 1, or we could say 12:55. It's going to be 10 o'clock. It's 25 minutes until 10 o'clock, so we say 25 minutes to 10 or 9:35. It's going to be 12 o'clock. It's 20 minutes to 12, or we'd say 11:40. It's going to be 3 o'clock, and there are 15 minutes until it's 3 o'clock, so we'd say 2:45 or 2:45. It's going to be 5 o'clock, and there are 25 minutes until it's 5 o'clock, so we say 25 to 5 or 4:35. You're now ready to have a go at the tasks. Bronze is about writing the time in words. Silver, you need to complete the minutes past in jumps. So I'd complete this side first, going in 5 minutes past, 10 minutes past, and then you're going to complete the time going to. So I'd actually start around the top here, 5 minutes to, 10 minutes to. And you can use this to then help you work out the times. Gold, you need to draw the times on the clocks, and don't forget, it's really important that your hour hand is smaller than your minute hand. Otherwise, if someone looks at your clock, they're not going to know what the time is. Good luck.